All right, let me see. We're in there. I got a little heater. It's a little cold over here in Lansdale, Pennsylvania. Still, what I'm gonna do is get a little bit better lighting for us over here. Gonna take my crappy spotlight, put it over here, really get it on the tank. So yeah, it's a little cold here, so I got the heater on because, you know, if you put anything with adhesive, I mean, if it's too cold, it's just not gonna stick. Don't waste your time. Boom. All right. So we're looking good on that. I got a little, my light, it's not an official lab unless you have one of these things right here, right? All right, what we're gonna do, first of all, Pro Stripe. Dude, this thing's like, I think there's like 150 feet of pinstripe in there. I'll never use that over the course of the rest of my life, but it was 12 bucks. You get this at any automotive paint supplier, anything like that. You could also get them on Amazon, but they don't have the selection. I mean, you go to a auto paint supplier and, you know, they got a whole book. All right, so, you know, I wiped this off, but what I'm going to do right now is I'm just cleaning that edge that I'm going to use. Get it free of any dust or a little bit of oil. But thing is, I would normally do this with Windex. But I'm afraid of this paint for all the reasons I just told you. So this is the fresh side. So I've opted to, it's already pretty clean, but I'm using white vinegar. It's not offensive, you know? It's not a solvent. I actually clean everything in my house with this too. All that stuff they're telling you to clean everything with, all the 40,000 different cleaners. Tell you what, dish soap and white vinegar does a better job than any of them. And it's not killing you. You know what they're doing, they're killing us. Poison in everything. And that's my rant about that. Just gonna that a little dried off. So yeah, Pro Stripe. And I'm gonna get this on here real nice, right? And then in a couple days I'm gonna clear coat it. I got a little blemish right there. I'm gonna just pinstripe right over that. I'm honestly at the point where this thing just has to be done. And I gotta be done with it. You know, so I washed my hands upstairs, you know what I mean? Getting a little, just to keep the grease off the fingers, any oils, you know? It's not a lab without coffee. It's not a lab without the red hot chili peppers. All right, so I'm gonna start out with, gotta have this guy, gotta have a flat blade. Get yourself set up to work comfortably. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take my piece off. Now the cool thing about these, right? This is the light gold. And you could put it on and then pull either, and then after you take the clear off the top, there's a little clear strip, like you're gonna lay them on together. Then you take the clear strip off and boom, it's on there. But you can remove either one of those lines. So this can be your double. It's the double light gold, right? And if you want just the wide one, boom, you take off the thin guy. If you want just the thin guy, boom, you take off the wide one. They got all different variations too. If you look at the book for Pro Stripe, they got tons of stuff. It's not just colors. It's different size striping, different doubles, whatever, anything. So what I'm going to first do, give myself a little extra, and I'm going to roughly get how much I need. Right? Can't imagine what they would charge to do this at a shop. And you're going to see how freaking easy it is. Now you don't have to clear coat over these either. Keep that in mind. You can just put them on and you're fine. You're good to go. Right, so I'm just doing it because I clear coated the whole tank And so when I re-clear coat it, I'll match. This side will match. Because when you're sitting on the bike, you see both lines, you know? Oh. Sorry about that. I got into that song. I want to shake the camera around. That's Nas. It was written though. It's back when rap used to really be music. I listen to everything though. All right. So I found the trick is with these. Stay a little close. Like you don't want to pull too much out at one time because you really stretch it. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to get a start here first. I'm leaving that overhanging because I'm going to address that corner afterwards. Right? And just keep your thumb down on the where you're laying it down at, you know? And now we got a start. So I'm going to peel some out. That bothers some people that, you know, the white part just kind of being in the way there. So you could keep some scissors handy. You know, keep them over by your left hand. So you can clip it off every once in a while if you want. I don't know if that stuff bothers you. I don't care. I'm going a little long on this one because this is more of a straight run right here. So there's not going to be too much pulling and stretching. But you really just, you know what it is, man? It's all about the long look. Now this is true with everything. You look down it. You know, I learned that, you know, doing masonry. You look down the wall. My old boss used to tell me that. Old Italian guy, Quinn. Great man. Loved him. A little rough, but he was great. But I was always telling him, look down the wall. Look down the wall. Steve. But you catch all the lines. Really what's imperfect with the line, you know? All right, now I'm here. I covered up those blemishes. You could do a lot with the pinstriping, man. It's really, you know, you can see that primer edge, but I had to re-primer that. I usually would not do that. I would have just scuffed and went over it. But this was, you know, as we talked about, this is paint is a $125 can of crap. I was livid over that, man. Because this is the first bike I built, man. I got this out of somebody's. It was like a museum of motorcycles, like stuff you don't even see anymore, man. And it had 9,000 miles on it. 82 Suzuki GS 1100G. Had 9,000 miles on it. Nope, can't bother me right now. So I got it. It hadn't been running for a long time. I just needed a project to do. So I got it, and I mean, it was like a great meditation putting this thing together. I'd sit out there on a 5-gallon bucket and just comb through this machine. It's great. So I'm going to readdress this corner. I mean, it's no these pinstripes, they stretch really good, man. And the other thing is, I'm going to clear coat over these, but you don't have to. Like, they're total plug and play, man. Like, you could just, boom, get them on there and you're good. So I'm going to spend a little time stretching this tight corner here. Get down past there. There you go. All the lines look pretty good, you know? If all the lines look good, give it a final press, because if you got to peel it back off, you know, it's a little tough. Make sure you have a heat gun. That'll go a long way with having to peel pinstripes back off. Don't try and do it cold. You'll be doing it in 8,000 pieces, man. Digging your nail under it, losing your mind. Don't do it to yourself. Now you want to cut, you want to separate them. You don't really want to cut it because you're going to cut down into the paint if you do that. I'm right on a curve here, so I'm going to go one line at a time. There's the one, and I'm going to roll the blade and get the two. Boom. Right? Because I'm going right with that bottom line there. It's going to match the other side. We're just going to get that off my fingers. Now with this one, this is where I need to be able to peel that clear. Right? Yeah, I'll cut it first. I don't know. You don't want to swipe the blade though. Just cut it like this. Just lay the blade on there and then pull it. Right? Boom. We're done with that. Now, give it another press. You know what I mean? You want, I'm keeping the heat on it. And I cut the video because I blew it on the first one. I mean, the stripe went down good, but I should have looked down the line first before I finalized it, and it jumped up right there. And like that would just, you know, because I'm gonna be sitting on my cycle looking at my two lines, and the one's gonna have a jump in it. Like that's the type of stuff that I lose my mind over, you know. And I'm clearing this one in, so I redid it. So I don't know if I told you on the last one or where I'm gonna cut that video. So I'll tell you again. I had the heater on this for a little while just to get it a little bit warm. Anything that's an adhesive, you really don't want to put it on. You don't want to, you know, do it in cold. Just try and get in the middle there. It's a little tough. There it is. But oh, but it wants to take the little guy with it. Let's see. Can we get that? Right, got it. Still wants to take the little guy, but we just got to get a start. I'm sure guys that do this every day have a really good system for getting that started. But I am just going to fumble my way through it until we have great success. I was going to separate it back there, but now I'm going to press that little guy back in there. Right now I got a little flap to draw from. I'll hold it down just till we get a start, and boom. Now keep it tight to the thing. Like you don't want to be pulling on the pinstripe, even though, let me tell you, it's stuck on there, that's for sure. This stuff is strong. Now, as far as the clear coat, like I said, it's plug and play. I'm choosing to do this and then put the clear on because I shot the whole tank after I did the repair, so there's clear over this line. So I want to make sure they match well. You know, but look, it's done, you know, pow. Let's give it a little, let's tighten it down on there. So again, keep it warm. Clean the surface area, usually with Windex. This is possibly sensitive areas, so I did it with white vinegar instead. And just take your time. And always know, it's not the end of the world. Like there's, I mean, dude, it's like 150 feet. You can pinstripe an airplane with that. So you can always just pluck it off and redo it. No big deal.